Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome for the first time if you are new. We are back to watch another episode of The Acolyte. This is episode 6. It is called Teach/Corrupt. We are back to the word/word naming scheme after we deviated over the last 2 episodes. Speaking of the last 2 episodes, we went through it, especially last one. Last one we saw the deaths of both sweet young Jecki and stoic Yord, just both of them getting bodied. Basically every Jedi there died except for Sol, and then we ended the episode with Osha being not in possession, I mean maybe kind of in possession of of the Sith Chimere, but we also had May pretending to be Osha with Sol. So I'm very curious to see where that's going to lead. But I'm very excited, so before we jump into this, if you end up enjoying my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me. If you're new here, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon or joining YouTube memberships. You just sync up your own copy of the show and you can watch along with me. But other than that, let's jump into episode 6 of The Acolyte. Dang, this is like her go-to move. Wake up unsettled. Look at this nifty little... This is fun. He's making you food. Chimere the goat. What is that thing? That looks like a tiny little baby miniature version of the creature that Luke sucks the nipples of in The Last Jedi. Or not, he gets the milk from it. You know what I'm talking about. Does that mean this is Octo 2? Because that would be fun. I mean, it looks like Octo 2. She's so confused, though. I bet she becomes the new Acolyte. Unknown planet. Okay. You know what planet this is, Leslie. Tell me which one it is. Maybe those are not the same thing as what Luke gets the milk from. I thought they were. He just walks past her.
Coruscant 5112, you have clearance for transmission.
Emergency code 0.
Please. De-exit. Repeat.
They're not gonna be able to get through?
My whole team is dead.
Comms in. Lost it.
So, there's some comm difficulties.
There is a much larger threat than we anticipated. Osha,
What if she just killed him?
I'm going to reset the transceiver. Take the wheel.
He knew she was there. Which is interesting. He isn't differentiating the two of them unless he knows and just isn't making a big deal of it. Whew. Shiny eye acting. Basil, you gonna share what you know, brother? Yeah, that looks correct. Okay. We got Kymir stripping. He knows you're there. Just, he's baiting you. Yeah, he knows you're picking it up. This is part of his plan.
How does it feel? I assume you didn't keep your own saber when you left the Order. Your stance is good. You should keep your other elbow up higher. Allows for a swifter block.
Okay.
You're not
New
gonna
trainee.
I'd like to put my clothes back on. But wondering if it's honorable to kill me like this. Heat of battle. It's justified.
And she can't stop looking at
A few
your
hours
body.
later, it's vengeance. Your anger betrays your thoughts.
Why bring me here? Why not kill me?
For funsies.
Did you kill Sol?
No.
No.
Did you kill May?
No. Interesting you ask about him first, though. He taught you the Jedi arts. But he's more to you than that.
Yeah. He saved her life. She considers him a father. He just lets her keep the lightsaber.
You saved us.
Oh, wow.
You saved me. It's time for me to face the High Council. To tell them everything.
Everything?
Coruscant 5112 to Poland GX8, you are cleared for transmission.
What is going on with the power?
What did he say?
There were casualties.
Who?
The connection was faulty, but
Everybody.
it sounded like the entire team.
Get him back on the comms.
Unfortunately, we've lost contact.
What do you know, Vernestra?
You speak as if you were a Jedi.
I was. A long time ago.
Okay.
I've never heard of you.
It was a really long time ago.
How old are you?
If you keep me here, Sol comes to you. He's found me before. And his strength in the Force is very powerful.
You think that his strength?
And you don't think he's
That's
powerful?
Your strength in the Force, Osha.
What?
Someone ought to teach you that. You hungry?
She's so confused. She's like, what is happening? But she's enticed. She's gonna become the Acolyte, and May is gonna turn to the good side. Oh, Pip and Basil be messing stuff up. Basil's ready to throw down. Let's go. Get her, Basil. Get her. Yeah. Let's go. Tag team.
What if I reset you to factory settings?
Don't do that. Did you just kill Pip? That was horrible. How could you do that? Wow, look at this cute little family of birds.
The Jedi teach there's only one way to access the Force. And if you don't do it their way, fades. But there is another way. Below the surface of consciousness,
He's gonna
are
seduce her
powerful
to the dark side.
emotions. Anger, fear, desire.
Hatred.
That's the path to the dark side.
He put some emphasis on desire,
Semantics.
which means he recognizes her desire for him.
You killed Yord.
A man who didn't hesitate to turn you in for a crime you didn't commit.
You killed Jackie.
And where did you think that was going to go? You would have had the same relationship with her that you have with your master. One-sided.
Damn.
Why do you love people who can only go so far?
Damn.
Who can't go as deep as you can?
I'm not my sister.
He is
I'm not that easily corrupted.
pretty easily playing on your emotions.
Turn it on.
Or you guys could
A
kiss
Jedi doesn't
instead.
attack the unarmed.
Why do you still think of yourself as a Jedi? They didn't want you.
It's not true. I left.
Why?
Because she didn't feel wanted.
Let me go.
What you're feeling right now, this anger, this pain, this is who you are. The Jedi saw it, and that's why they threw you away.
They didn't throw me away.
Then why aren't you a Jedi? Why aren't you a Jedi, Osha?
Because I failed!
Successfully baited.
I lost everything, Osha. But when you lose
The lightsaber looks
everything,
weird.
that's when you're finally free.
Yeah, you guys should kiss. I'm shipping them hard. Makes sense why they played Kylo's theme last time.
Are you joining us on the mission, Master?
I am.
To the Outer Rim? It's just... You get nauseous when you travel through hyperspace?
I don't get sick. I find it unsettling.
She does crash like every ship she pilots too. Basil's my favorite character. It goes Basil and then Chimere.
How could I not have sensed that villain's true intentions when we first met him on Olega?
It's a good question. He was hiding it with the dark side of the Force.
When you really want something, it can cloud your mind. You see what you want to see. He fooled us all.
You found him. Your pip droid. I noticed the way you take care of him. Talk to him. Love him,
He can love her back.
even though he's just a machine.
Oh, it's just the same way she goes with you. You're basically a machine, Soul.
Have you told me everything that happened on Brentalk?
No.
You were very young.
But I'm not now. You can tell me.
Come on. Tell us.
Hello, is anybody there? Can you hear me?
Identify yourself.
My name is...
Oh, he knew. Basil, did you tell him?
May.
Master Soul, the rescue team is on their way. Leave your transponder on.
Interesting. What are you doing? Even Basil's confused. Very curious.
Did you give the same pitch to my sister?
I made a mistake with May. I thought she wanted more than just revenge. I thought she wanted what I want.
What do you want?
Freedom.
The power of two.
The power of many. Look at you being a
Where'd
little,
you get that scar?
little slut, aren't you?
How do you think I got it?
Just pulling
Looks
up
like
your
someone
shirt for
stabbed you
her.
in the back.
Someone who threw me away.
Your Jedi Master?
Interesting. I wonder if... I have a theory on who his master could be.
Kurtosis. Handy against lightsabers, but also a sensory deprivation headpiece. Like we used as younglings.
It blocks out all your senses?
So it's just you and the Force. And what you bring with you.
Interesting.
I don't trust you.
Interesting, interesting, interesting.
Nor should you. But you should learn to trust yourself.
I think my initial guess is that Vernestra was his master. Because those cuts on his back look like he was whipped. And I know Vernestra has a lightsaber whip. Chucky jump scare. Those are lightsaber wounds. Those two headless Jedi.
No sign of Osha or her twin. His sole aim was to leave no survivors.
They were all killed by a lightsaber. What does that tell you?
Her and her whip.
A powerful Jedi has fallen. You don't think Master Soul was responsible?
That is quite the accusation.
Who else would possess the power to slay such a strong group?
She knows
Something
exactly
tipped the
who.
scales.
She knows exactly. Vernestra knows things. Sorry.
You and I are going to talk. I've had 16 years to think about what I would say to you if I ever got the opportunity. So you're going to listen.
Okay. I would like to hear what you have to say as well. Don't end here. Okay, good. I was like, I'm gonna be mad. Cortosis. Maybe this isn't Octu. Put it on. The look in her eyes. Wow. What an interesting way to end the episode. Okay. Okay, I think my theory is gonna be correct. That Osha becomes the Acolyte. Yeah, like she's gonna become the Acolyte and May is either gonna like die at some point or she is gonna turn back to the good side. and probably not join the Jedi Order, but maybe become like a wayfinder or something. I don't know. I just know Osha is gonna be corrupted. Like, Kymir, he's seducing her. He is seducing her both, like, sexually, due to, like, he's playing on her desires for him. But he's tying it into more than that, right? Like, I mean, he started off initially just being like, watch me bathe naked. And then he's like tempting her with other things beyond that. Like, he's letting her feel a lightsaber in her hand. Like, you know, one of her greatest desires was to be a Jedi. Like, she wanted to be a Jedi, but she believes she failed at it for some reason. And then her other biggest desires were to, like, love someone and have them reciprocate that love, but, like, in the Jedi Order. Like, she loves Sol, kind of like a father figure. But he, you know, it's a one-sided thing. Her droid, Pip, she loves her droid, but that's a robot. It can't, like, actually love her back. And I think slowly but surely he's gonna seduce her with the idea that maybe, like, he can be somebody that she loves and will love her back. But also, he's gonna show her that she isn't a failure. That, like, her washing out of the Jedi Order was not anything to do with her own lack of power or talent, and it was purely because of the Jedi way not being the correct way for her, you know? Right? She couldn't quite fit into the box that is the Jedi, and so he's saying they threw her away. And it's just a very interesting dynamic that's already very quickly developing. Like, she is very easily swayed, honestly. Like, she got very emotional and was ready to, like, kill him, but, like, I think she recognized that he was telling the truth. Like, she does feel anger, and she does feel betrayed, and she does have a desire for reciprocation of that love, whether it be her sister or whether it be the Jedi or maybe him down the line. I don't know. But he put an emphasis on the word desire. So, you know, he's using that a little bit. Like, he's an attractive, you know, well-built man. He's not gonna shy away from that. And if we know anything about the Jedi or the dark side, it's rarely seemingly just like a route that people go because they're like, I'm villainous and I want more power. Like, the most tragic dark side stories we've seen with, like, Anakin especially is, like, they go down the dark side for either a good reason or what they think is a good reason, or motives, like they wanted to do something good and, you know, faltered going down that road, or they just desired something normal and the Jedi Order was keeping them from it, you know? And so I think Osha is definitely going to be Kymir's acolyte. I have a feeling that he currently has another master that, like, I don't think he's the master at all. I think he's probably got someone above him, and he's the apprentice, but he could be the master just looking for an apprentice. I don't know. I've seen some theories that he's, like, the current leader of the Knights of Ren, possibly. You know, the Knights of Ren, I believe, started much earlier, but he could be, like, the current Knight of Ren, if that makes sense. But he's got a past. He's got a past for sure, and my guess is that his past involves Vernestra. He mentions that he was in the Jedi Order previously. You know, he used to be a Jedi, is what he said, and it was a long time ago. And he has these scars on his back that he says were from someone that threw him away. You know, the same terminology that he uses with Osha in the Jedi Order, with, like, master and apprentice type thing. He's essentially being like, yeah, like, this was my master who did this to me, and they threw me away. But it's just very interesting because those scars on his back look very much like scars from like a whip, right? Like if you have ever seen scars of people who got whipped for whatever reason, their scars kind of look like that. And the only other character that we know who happens to have a lightsaber whip is Vernestra. And when they're looking at all these bodies, and the new apprentice, I assume, is like, who could have done this? Who's powerful enough to do this? She kind of like looks away and is like in thought, as though she recognizes who did this, and she says like to tip the scales or something. But it seems very clear that she, at minimum, knows far more than she's letting on. And so there's two possibilities. One, which I think is the less likely possibility, is that she is, a Sith. that she is Chimere's Sith master, and she is pulling a Palpatine or whatever and hiding her dark side nature with the Force. That is a possibility. One other possibility, and probably the far more likely possibility, is, she was Chimere's master and he was her apprentice or Padawan at one point, and she probably sensed or recognized him drifting towards the dark side, or reaching for it, or taking advantage of it somehow, and decided, maybe this was before she initially brought him on. Maybe she was thinking about making him her Padawan, and she was, I don't know, bonding with him, spending time with him, and then recognized that he was gonna be a dark side user. And she was like, oh, I should probably sever this relationship pretty quickly. And then something happened that made her whip him. I don't know. And maybe she's pulling, the same trick that the other Jedi did. She's keeping that a secret because she doesn't want that information getting out for some reason. I don't know why, but I'm just very curious because she knows things. Like, she knows things. And I don't know what her motivations for hiding that info is, but we're going to find out, I assume, within the next 2 episodes, because there's only 2 left. And we don't know if this show is getting a season 2 or not. And the other big thing in this episode involved May and Sol and Basil and Pip. So May is obviously trying to pretend to be her sister on the ship, and freaking Basil and Pip are just causing chaos, right? They're shutting the ship down, turning power off. Basil straight up is like trying to fight her. And it's just not working. It's so funny. He does like a little kung fu, and then just he's the cutest thing in the world. But then did she murder Pip? Is he dead now? Unless he has his settings saved somewhere, maybe back on his original body that I think Osha probably still has. Maybe he's got his original settings saved, but May freaking reset his head to factory settings, which is she killed that guy. She killed the little robot, and was gonna try and maybe kill Sol, but then she's also gonna try and send out a message. I don't know what her message was gonna be, what was she hoping to achieve there. But Sol knocks her out, and he's like, you're gonna listen to what I have to say. I've been thinking about this for 16 years. I need to explain to you what happened. And so I assume next episode is gonna be a flashback episode again, and we're gonna get Sol's perspective, maybe May's perspective on what happened in their hometown, and I'm very curious to see where that leads us, because they keep deepening the mystery of what is haunting these individuals, and we keep getting hints and teases that that might, you know, be more open to hearing what actually happened, and she might be willing to come back. Like, from the brink of darkness, she could come back and be a good person again. Meanwhile, Osha is not showing those signs. She is very much showing signs of the opposite, that she will be joining the dark side, because she just tried on that helmet at the end of the episode and she seemed relaxed, you know, when she could tune out everything and just be her in the Force. You know, when she had that sensory deprivation helmet on, I think she was in the zone. I think she's gonna like it, and I think Chimere has a new apprentice. But yeah, I don't know. This was another good one. I'm very excited to see what happens in the next 2 episodes, especially this next one coming up in particular. I really want to know what happened back in the day, and I assume that is when we're going to find out. If they keep pushing it until like the finale, it's going to be like, yo, come on, just tell me. But yeah, I don't know, the show's good. It keeps getting better and better. It's very interesting watching Chimere like seduce her to the dark side. You know, that's always fun. Chimere is my 2nd favorite character in the show now, maybe 3rd. I think my rankings go Basil, and then Soul, just because he's so endearing and so like kind-eyed and helpful and nice. And then I think Chimere's 3rd. Even, you know, you can, after that you can go like Jackie, Yord, all the other characters in the show, even when they were alive. But like, as soon as Chimere like appeared in episode 2 or whatever, I was like, I like this guy. And then as soon as he killed everyone, I was like, I like this guy even more. That's bad. I shouldn't be rooting for the bad guy, but I kind of am. Like, I kind of am, and it's interesting. But yeah, definitely let me know what you guys thought down in the comments below. Very curious to see your opinions on Chimere, who his master might have been. You know, what role he's gonna play going forward. Leave all that down in the comments below. Otherwise, if you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me. If you're new here, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon or joining YouTube memberships. You just sync up your own copy of the show and you can watch along with me. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.